All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into episode number 3 of Bacon in Your Mailbox. I am Greg Milby. That there is my friend Jana Clark. Sorry we're a couple of minutes late.
It's Greg's
Yeah,
fault.
it is Greg's fault. My equipment decided to do an update, which is never really good before you go live on Facebook. So
Boo.
yeah. All right. So new scenery for you today. I'm in my traditional spot here in the Greg Milby studio cave. And you are not outside in your backyard this
I'm
time.
a
Where are you at
nomad.
today?
I'm a nomad. Wherever my computer goes, I go. And so I just pop up. So my building is closed and I'm the only person here. So while it's peaceful and quiet, it's not making me happy. But this is going to lift my mood.
Good.
So yeah, well, I had some deliveries happening today and a couple of things maintenance wise that I needed to be around for. And so here I am.
Good deal. All right. So if you're wondering what that name Bacon in Your Mailbox is at the bottom and you have not joined us for the first 2 episodes, Bacon in Your Mailbox was an idea that Jana had. She's like, this COVID-19 virus stuff is just blah on social media. And she wanted to have a little fun and just talk all kinds of different stuff. And said, what do you think about doing a show? And I was like, that's a great idea. I've got the time. Let's do a show. And then you came up with this idea because who doesn't love bacon?
You
Uh,
got it.
Unless you're a vegan, then I guess you wouldn't, but that's okay.
But it still
Um,
smells good.
right. You could say plant-based bacon.
You
Well,
better. Yep.
and in your mailbox, everybody likes to get mail, except for bills, but we're not going to talk about that bill stuff and bad stuff. We're going to talk about fun stuff on this show.
Amen.
All right. So today we'll go ahead and get the official stuff out. Since you're doing a show, you have to do the weather. And here is your bacon in your mailbox weather for today. Clouds and periods of rain. We'll see a high of 48. Cloudy and 38 tonight. Mix of sun and clouds and a high of 54 as you head into Wednesday. And checking out the sports report, there's still none.
Wah, wah.
So, yeah, they easy. Sports reports are easy to write right now. It's
Yeah.
the weather I have to do a little
Repeat,
research on.
repeat, repeat. But it's rainy and a little cool out today. But we've
Hmm.
had a couple of beautiful days to get outside. And so today is one of those days where you have the perfect excuse to read or watch a great movie, hang out indoors, because we have to go through those days to get more sun, right? So I don't think I've been inside much over the past 3 days, nor have my friends, because everyone's outside in our neighborhood, which is tons of fun to see.
Yeah, we Gavin and I got out and played a little cornhole in the driveway yesterday, and
Fun?
I bought a badminton set. I don't know, back in the fall. We finally
Yeah.
got out of the box and set it up in the driveway and have a little fun with that. So,
Are you good at badminton?
I mean, I'm not professional. I mean, I
I think
beat
it's
my
hard.
kid. I don't know, but I beat my kid at it. I don't know if that makes me a professional or anything,
I
but
think it's hard. I think it's kind of a tough game.
yeah, I might have already. It's not the greatest set in the world. We bought it for camping, so it's just
Sure.
designed to go with a camper. And
Right.
I think I might have already broken a racket because when an 18-year-old and a 46-year-old get out there playing, we might get a little aggressive from time to time.
Perhaps.
Not that we weren't hitting on each other or anything like that.
The birdie. You were smacking the birdie.
That is it. So, what did you do over the weekend? Did you get out and walk any trails or do anything fun, or did you guys just stay
I
stay in the
did.
hood?
No, we got out far and wide together. As people saw me post this weekend, I had a son that had a little bit of a bike accident, and he came rolling in, pushing his bike. And I said, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "Yes." So he was covered in mud. And I said, "Is there any blood underneath all that mud?" And we decided that mud was better than blood.
Hmm.
But we were able to, and right now, right, that you need to be able to ride your bike. Of all the things to not be able to do this past weekend. And so our local bike guy at Bull Moose, your recommendation, and I reached out to them as well. And he called me back and he was like, "Absolutely, let's get that kid going." And so we were fixed within a couple of hours and he was able to ride again. He had to, I made him hose off in the driveway, and then he had to put his clothes in the washer, and then he had to clean that bike. So that pretty much was, an ordeal. But we're back in business. We're good to go.
Good. And just just a little public service announcement, folks. If you're going to be going out to the public trails, again, practice that social distancing because we don't want the trails getting shut down. We don't want the parks getting shut down. I know there was just a massive amount of people out at Freeman Lake, and I know they ended up closing Saunders Springs because there were just
Yes.
so many people there.
Yes.
Um, practice that social distancing if you're going to be getting out and doing that exercise. It's
And if you start doing it, really is easy. Just keep it front of mind and know that it means that everyone stays safe and you still get to have those opportunities. So yeah, good PSA.
Yeah. So we went to our camp on Nolan River, little piece of property we have there, and so I did a little work. Had the
Yeah.
machete out, making me feel like a man. So I did some cleanup work. That was good.
That's a nice break.
Yeah. So that was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Weather has been good, but as you mentioned, rain today in the forecast. So, and I think it's going to be a little on the chilly side the next couple of days,
I know we'll have to get our sweatshirts back out, but that's okay. It comes with the
Mhm.
territory. Spring. It does mean though that spring is on the way because when it gets warmer, then it cools off again. That's just spring getting closer and closer and closer.
Yeah, that whole in was it March comes in like a lion, out like a lamb. Is
Yes.
that how it is?
Yes.
I
This
think
is the
March
lion.
I think March came in like a lion and went out like 300 million people stuck at their house. That's what I
No,
think
no
happened more than
joke.
anything.
That's an exit strategy we would like for April and May to learn from, right? Yeah.
Yep. All right. So April tomorrow is April Fool's Day. I'm from the camp of I don't think it's a good idea to do April Fool's Day jokes this year because if you're going to be stuck in the house with somebody, you don't want you don't want to have eyes in the back of your head all the time for that retaliation that comes your way tomorrow.
So you're not going to joke your family because you're scared?
Pretty much. I mean, it's not that I'm scared. I just don't want to have to. I don't want to have to continually work for it all day long because
Got
once
it.
one joke comes down, then the other, and then it's going to snowball out of control. And by the end of the night, we're begging for midnight to get there, so jokes are off limits. So I'm from the
Maybe
camp.
we could have an April Fool's Day hour.
Now I'm not prepared for that. So I mean, there's some good April Fool's Day jokes out
I
there, but
agree.
I'm kind of
I agree.
rolling from the camp of not doing
You
that.
know, we've delayed a lot of things. We'll just choose a random day in September to play jokes on each other. We'll just delay it.
Yeah,
No
we can
problem.
do that.
We
I
can
mean,
do that.
they delayed the Olympics, so they can delay this.
We
Which,
can
by
delay
the
April
way,
Fool's Day.
the new official date for the 2020 Summer Olympics will begin on July 23rd of 2021. They put the
Saw
official
that.
date out there. So,
We'll be ready.
something else today. It's National Crayon Day. Now, were you a big box crayon girl or were you the small box crayon girl?
The bigger the better. I loved my crayons. And I used to love to color and I still do sort of like I like paint by number things and I mean
Mm-hmm.
so I like that. As long as you don't have to like freehand, like I need to know I need someone to draw it for me and I can color it. Like I can't create it from scratch. A blank piece of paper is overwhelming to me. But if it's a coloring book, I'm all in. So I loved a fresh new box of crayons. Remember that smell? Oh, they smell so good.
Yeah. Hey, I just realized that I didn't even open up our comments this morning. So now
Oh,
they're open here.
oh, great.
Ken Salee says, morning, y'all.
Morning,
Mary
Ken.
Stucker Hall, good morning.
Hi, Mary.
And then Chance Fox, we're proud of Radcliffe government is
He's
up.
probably running and holding his phone and watching us at the same time, isn't he?
Wow, it's like 9:13 and Chance Fox is up. I didn't
Oh.
realize that's how that works, but yeah. All right, so back to our coloring. And by the way, feel free anytime to comment on our posts below, even when the video is not live. We'd love to hear from you. So, National Crayon Day today. There is something that we haven't tried in the house yet is coloring, but I like to color. And
Yeah.
behind me on my bookshelf, there is a picture that my dad, who's in his 60s, once he retired, that's the first thing he started doing is he started using those adult coloring pencils and started coloring all
Yes.
kinds of pictures in coloring books.
They're fabulous. It is therapeutic sometimes. Taps into that creative outlet a little bit and gives you a good project. And no better time than right now. Let's all color.
Yeah, and I feel weird calling it adult coloring books because it makes it sound dirty. I don't know why. It just whenever
Only
I
in
tell
your world.
well, I don't think it's only in my world, but I would when people would go, "So what's your dad doing now?" Like, "Oh, my dad, he sits at
It's
home with his
coloring.
dog, and mom goes to work. He sits at home with his dog, coloring in adult coloring books." See how weird that sounds?
No, I love it. I love
So I would just
it.
say, "Well, he's found these coloring books that are for adults, but they're all
Fabulous.
clean."
It's
So,
fabulous.
but it is National Crayon Day. Do you have a favorite crayon color?
Oh my gosh. So my favorite colors are probably like those jewel tones, those kind of bold colors, because you
Mhm.
can color really thick with them and make dark colors, or you can just kind of shade lightly. So I'm probably of the bold color
Yeah,
fan.
I know you're shocked by this, but I usually gravitate to the red, you know.
Oh, of course you do.
Uh,
Oh, which brings me to a point. Tell me when I can I have a gift for you, Greg.
oh, you do. Okay, I know where
I,
this is going now.
I do. And
All
I
right.
don't know where, I don't know when I'm going to get to see you next. So can I give it to you today?
Virtually through the lens
Yes.
thing?
Yes. Yes. You're
Yeah,
going
okay.
to love it. I mean, you're going to be so excited. You're not going to be able to get through the rest of the day. You're going to be like, could you spray that off and drop it off at my house? Because
Mhm.
it's fabulous.
Okay. Hey, before we give the gift, here you go. That's when I know I'm in trouble. I just got a message that says "Dad's watching," so there you go. So
No, so
everybody knows about my
he took a break from coloring to
everybody
watch
knows my
you.
dad has adult coloring books. All right, so let me see this gift that you bought. I mean, I feel bad because I mean this is our fourth show, and I didn't purchase you a gift. So okay,
There's still time. We'll do more.
okay, all right. You got to move it over. Oh, hold on. You got to. I got to. Oh, I'm not already liking it. Yeah, okay. A UK mug. That's sweet.
I got
That's
this for
nice of you.
you because you're a UK dad,
I'm a UK dad. Yes, I will
right?
be. Yes.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for him. I'm not excited for the response that I'm receiving. If you only knew my text messages over the I mean, my phone has been blowing absolutely.
I'm
I should get this
sure.
thing. I mean,
I'm sure.
absolutely up over the
I'm sure.
last 48
I'm sure.
hours with
And
stuff.
it is about Garrett, and I'm so excited for him.
It's Gavin. You got the other
Oh,
one.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
They're all
I'm
cheese.
excited for Garrett too because he's going to go get to visit his big brother on campus. Gavin is a phenomenal drummer. He's an amazing musician, and I know you're proud of him. And I hate to, I'm not trying to steal his thunder, but gosh, jokes on you, right?
Yeah, no, no. No,
Mm,
not jokes.
okay.
Us. So here's the story. So he Gavin, for those that didn't aren't friends of mine on Facebook, you should be, by the way. Um, we did we wanted to do something special with all of this going on for his announcement, and he had finally decided the one he was attending. There were three that were really great institutions as far as music goes, and he wants to be a music education major. So he had narrowed it to DePaul University up in Indiana, the University of Louisville, and the University of Kentucky. So we did a video, kind of like Selection Sunday, or like a high school football kid would announce where he's going to college. We thought we would do a little fun with that. And he announced that he is going to be taking his drumsticks to the University of Kentucky School of Music. But did you notice he added that to the end of it, the School of Music?
That's okay.
Yeah. So I mean, he
The colors of the School of Music are blue.
right. And as people that know me, I'm cheap. Money talks, and Milby walks. So
I
when the
hear
money
you.
talked,
I
he
hear you.
walked. So, but
I hear you. Well,
it's good. He's
congratulations to him and to you
say
and Jennifer.
congratulations
I
to
know you're
us.
proud.
We're
I
some
know.
money that way. Yeah. So it's an exciting time. So I'm happy for him, and
I am too.
uh, I I think he feels a little bad, maybe that I'm getting so much heat over it, but I don't really think he does that much.
No,
But,
no.
I just told him, "Just know that I'll be wearing a lot of neutral gray," and there actually are people that have actually put bounties out on, the first time that they get a photo of me wearing a UK shirt, so,
I'm down for that. I'll keep an eye out.
we'll see how that goes. Alright, so, but thank you for that wonderful gift. I cannot wait to receive it when all of this
It
isolation
won't
is
burn your
over.
lips, I promise.
I think so. Okay. All right. So, spending a lot of time watching television, people are, but I'm kind of lost right now because I've been watching The Tiger King, which is an absolute train wreck.
It's all your fault that I even peeked at that. And it
So,
is a train wreck.
so did you watch the whole thing?
I am embarrassed to say that I did.
Okay, I'm 2 episodes left, and I probably will try to wrap those up tonight.
Well, I just want you to know that I really, based on your recommendation, I really thought that I was getting into something completely different than what I got into. And I'm not sure that I have ever seen so much crazy in one show in my life. And that's time I'm never going to get back. The good news is right now I had the time to waste.
Hmm.
And we have just laughed. Like I would look at Mitch and I would go, "Are these people real? Is this like it's got to be all made up?" And he kept saying, "You just tell yourself whatever you need to get through it."
So I
Crazy.
watched it, and I found a couple of memes that were going around. One of them was the true Tiger King, and it's
Yeah.
the morph photo of Tiger Woods and Exotic Joe together, and it's like a real Tiger King.
Crazy.
So I thought that was great. And one of my other favorite Tiger King memes is the one that says, it says, if when you order Alan Jackson on wish.com, you get this. And it was the Tiger King. So I thought that was kind of
I
funny.
just hope that people are that I like I didn't even know that this was that there was an issue or a problem, and when you get past all the clownness of it, I just hope that we're that somebody's out there, and I know they are because I've heard about it, that are trying to turn that little series into some good work, and so I'm game for that for
Yeah.
sure.
So
Yeah.
Joella Null, each episode is crazier than the last, just so bizarre. And I'm not surprised that she's watching that, knowing her.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
oh. Do you think you got to be a little crazy to even stick around for a few
No,
episodes?
I think you have to like crazy a little bit. You
Yeah.
know, not you
Yeah.
don't have to be crazy. I think you
You
have to
have to
like
just appreciate and be interested in the crazy.
right.
Yeah. That
I
makes
think
sense.
it's great.
That
So
makes
Ozark had a new season came out as well. We watched the first episode of that
How was that?
uh night before last. It's pretty good. I've got to
Good.
jog my memory a little bit on that. But anybody that's watching this, I need to know streaming shows that I need to be watching. Now, I don't need none of these fairy tale, royal love romances and any of that stuff. Jennifer's got all those covered in her life. I just need good shows, things that I don't care if they're older shows. There aren't many.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad, I did watch all of that, but outside of that, I think that's about the only streaming series that I've completely watched.
So we at my family, the four of us have sat down a couple of times now. We started Stranger Things because we missed it the first go around, and we know a lot about it, and we've heard friends that have liked it, and so we've watched it now a couple of episodes, the four of us together, and it's good.
Mhm.
Stranger Things is an option for you.
Okay, we'll have to get into that a little bit.
I was
So,
surprised that it was kind of scary because I don't do scary,
oh,
but
it
it
is.
is yeah, yeah.
So Joella is added in here too. Have you watched 100 Humans? I've not watched 100 Humans, but
Me
uh,
neither.
I have to get into that one. So, I mean,
Good
all these
idea.
comments, love to have them. I would
Good.
also like to watch some sports shows. I do watch some of those sports documentaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
But listen, have you watched like the old tournament footage, that the classics that they're showing? Because I can't do that. Like it just is a
Mm-mm.
different type of experience for me, and I just can't do that. But I like the sports movies, I like the documentaries, I like those. But I
Yeah.
don't watch old games. Do you?
I've not watched one old game yet. I just
Me
can't.
neither. I'm the same way.
I mean, I've it's too easy to Google what the results are when it starts to get a certain way. And
We know the ending to all of them.
now Ken earlier mentioned that he's going to start setting his Xbox to play Madden computer versus computer just so he can watch sports. That's actually a pretty good idea to do that because
That's a
then
great idea.
that would be I mean, I guess you could make family wagers on that. Don't give Vegas any
Sure.
ideas. So I watched. I mean, I can make. I know how to. I know how to traffic drugs and make moonshine and all that stuff.
Boom.
I've watched all
Well,
those shows. I know. I know all of that.
that's
How to sell counterfeit
education
products.
for it's your education for the year, century.
Yeah, I've done. I don't know why I get into those shows, the narcos shows and that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
but I do.
Yep.
And I've said it before, but then I turn around and watch the prison shows, the life behind bars. That way, it
Oh,
keeps me grounded because if as soon as I think I want to go into a life of crime, I realize I wouldn't do very well in prison, so I just change my mind. So
yeah. Once you get an inside peek into that, it well,
yeah,
helps you learn what you don't want to get, what you don't want to do, where you don't want to go. Right.
right. Well, I do know where some people want to go, and that is to the kitchen because with all of this going on,
Yep.
I was reading an article, and I'm going to find this article because of the coronavirus. People are cooking at home more than they used to, duh.
Yes.
But there are still a lot of people going out and getting carry out, and we do encourage you to do that because that supports local business.
Do
Uh,
both.
you can do that safely.
Absolutely.
Today, 82% of the meals Americans eat are prepared at home. That, according to a new study, a much higher percentage than even a decade ago. But I mean, it's kind of graded on the curve right now, right?
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure. Everything becomes relative now, right?
yes. So unfortunately, there's not a lot of variety in our home cooking, though. People in a new survey found that the average person only knows how to cook 5 meals or less.
Trying to think of how many meals I know how to cook. I think I'm definitely above average, but there are probably five that I'm better at than a lot of others that I might
Mhm.
try once and maybe not try them again. And I go through phases too. Like sometimes I just I like being in the kitchen. Sometimes we do at home date night, and so we cook and talk and all that. But we've been grilling a lot because I kind of get tired of being inside cooking, and so we just move it outside. And so we've done quite a bit of that lately too. But I love when people share recipes with me. That is one thing that I love to see in my mailbox is fun new recipes that people
Mhm.
have tried.
Yeah, I mean, we've cooked a lot of different stuff. Of course, it's I don't I haven't been going to the grocery at all. Jennifer handles a lot of that just because
Yes.
I'm not a crowds person, and I mean, I've got some project stuff that I want to work on around the house, but I'm trying to be a good citizen, doing what I'm
Yes.
supposed to do, and
Yes.
not going to the home improvement store unless I need to, and I haven't needed to.
Yes. Yes.
So,
If there
eh,
are necessities you need, though, I would just
mhm,
go by yourself, make a list, and just be careful. And I mean, because people, we have to go on with our lives somehow, right?
yeah,
And so I would. That's what I would recommend. I think what they're frowning on is people taking their whole families and just kind of hanging out like it's field trip. Like that's a no. No,
yeah.
we can't do that.
Yeah.
Right.
I think, Dana Fintress, we're gonna do a cooking show real soon too. We
That's a
we
fabulous idea.
well, we started cooking the Heartland, a couple of months ago, but with all this stuff, when it started
Yep.
happening, we haven't done a second episode, so we're
That's
trying to figure out how we can do a second episode from, I think she's remote from her house as well, so we're gonna work on
perfect.
that. So
And
w
she's got all the goods because at some point we're going to need to support our farmers market,
mhm,
right? So
yes.
those rules that they're putting in place are really phenomenal. And I look forward. I love the farmers market too. Sometimes I'm too busy on the weekends to get there, but guess
Mhm.
what? I'm not going to be too busy to get there now. So
Yep.
I'm going to study those rules. I'm going to know them before I head out. And I look forward to supporting the folks that are at our farmers market.
Yeah, there's some great stuff over there. I've learned a lot about different vegetables that I'd never even heard of before. There's a guy there that, well, he hooked us in because he had cookies that look like plants.
Oh,
So that's why we started going to see him. And
awesome.
then he started getting me in all these exotic like vegetables. He would say, "Hey, have you ever seen this?" No, I'm like, "Oh, it's great if you saute it and do this." And okay, so
I'm
we
game.
I
I love
love going.
that. Yeah, that's fun.
To me, there's nothing, almost nothing better than the smell of a fresh morning walking into the farmer's market. There's something about that. I don't know what it is. Gives me the
I
feels.
agree. It's the earth, it's dirt, it's spirit. It is. I mean, farmers. Gosh, talk about the backbone of us.
Yeah.
So that's really that's something all of us can look forward to in a few weeks for sure.
Yeah. So put that on your list, farmer's market. And
Yep.
then Dana Fintress, I'll get with her this week and we'll do a video in Kentucky's Heartland and you'll be able to find out kind of some stuff they're doing with art projects that you can pick up and that after the spring break, which is not
Super
really
fun.
a break, right?
No, what? No, except my kids don't have homework in the morning, so
Okay.
they have been getting up, going to school, right? And so they're
Hmm.
getting a little bit of break from their mornings are much more flexible this week, and they I told them they deserved it. They did really good last week. But see, mine are a little older, so they can just kind of they have to do it on their own, and I just check behind them, talk to them about what they did that day. So I don't really have to be with them when they're doing their work. So it's a little bit different for me. But I do think that they're kind of feeling a little bit of less pressure this week, which is nice.
So I mean, my kids they're just kind of rolling about their business, I guess. So I
Yeah.
guess
Yep.
technically they're fine.
Yep.
All right. So something else that I want to mention before we run out of time here.
Okay.
There is a COVID-19 Hardened Business and Financial Forum that's coming up tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. And we will actually be hosting it live at Kentucky'sHeartland.com. It'll also be on the Hardin County government page. And I do believe some other pages as well. But, and I'm kind of just looking at some notes here. The United Way will have a representative there just talking
Great.
about some things. They'll have a little bit of time to talk. And then also, I think Congressman Guthrie will potentially make an appearance. I think he is scheduled to appear, but again, he's on call. There's a lot of different
Right.
stuff going on. And then we've also got some area bank leaders. They're going to be talking about the new CARES Act. So if you're wanting to know more about that, so
So
they'll
wait,
have
what
some
is
time.
it? What time is it? What time
It
does it start?
It will start at 9 o'clock, so it'll be
Okay.
available live at 9 o'clock. But of course,
Okay.
the video will be available after that. But if you had a question or things like that, the comments will be open in the pages, so you can ask questions about that of those people. So they will,
That's
and the way
phenomenal.
it's going to be set up is, I mean, there's only going to be one spot for somebody to talk. We're not even a large microphone in front of them, so they're reading into it. It will be an area microphone, so just know it will, because there are multiple people using the same microphone. You don't want to. I mean, that's not practicing social distancing. So,
Right, 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 right. So here's the thing. Here's how we can help each other. This is a great opportunity. Call your friends who own small businesses and maybe aren't, they won't see this in time, or they need help getting on to see it, whether it's live or later.
mhm.
So that is a way that you can help your friends in your community and your fellow business owners is to, if you're hearing this right now or if you see it later, call 5 people and ask them to join and tell them this is a great opportunity. There are a lot of questions right now. Not everything is clear. Trust me, I've been studying and listening lately a whole lot because of my industry. But as information starts to come down, we're going to need to be ready.
Hmm. Yeah, we are. So that's tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, or that'll be Wednesday morning, depending on when you're watching this. If you're not
Great
watching
work.
this live, so need the streaming shows from you. Give me some ideas. Definitely want to do that. And if you pull off an April Fool's Day joke, I'd like to see a
Don't
photo of it.
stroke Greg. He's not playing.
Yeah, I'm not. I've never been. I've never been one of those people. Anyway, I think.
I agree. I know.
Yeah, I mean, matter of fact, I think years ago I started a morning show on April Fool's Day, so the joke was on them.
Look at you now.
Yeah. All right. So hey, you're sporting a fancy shirt. What shirt you have on
I
today?
am. So can you see it? It's
Hold on.
Craft Beer Festival.
Let me remove this other graphic. There you go.
It's our Craft Beer Festival shirt.
Good stuff. Yeah. Hopefully, just maybe, hopefully, we'll be able to have a craft beer festival. So that would be.
I hope so too. It's a good one. Again, we are things to look forward to, right?
Yeah. I love the craft beer festival.
Me
So
too.
kind of fond of that. All right. So I'm going to let you get back to work since you're in your office and we're getting close to our deadline of time. But bacon in your mailbox. I guess
Thank
this
you,
will be
Greg.
episode 3, right? Yes. Show number 3, not 4. I said earlier. So,
So if anybody I'm down for 4. I'm down for 5. I'm down as long as you are.
yep.
And if anybody gets a little giggle or a laugh out of us, then I'll keep it up. As long as you'll tolerate me. So thanks.
All right. Good stuff. She's Jana Clark, the community admirer. That's what we're calling her. I'm Greg Milby, community storyteller, and this has been a fun little show we call Bacon in Your Mailbox. Thanks for watching.
Have a good day.